It's hidden. We're recording now. So I still have to round. I'm still a little flat on top here. Round this bad boy, and I might cut in my lower beak. I'm gonna cut it in, round it up. And I think I can see it a little better now. I started already on my bump there, the cirrus or whatever it's called. And which only emphasizes my eye problems. And that's what I'll be working on today, since I did nothing.
This is the one I was working on last week, but I don't know. I think I made this channel too deep, and
well, you can round that down.
But I don't know if that's too deep or.
Yeah, I just round part off on both of those.
On the top, yeah, just slope it down.
Just slope it down this way?
Yeah. Make it meld a little more. It looks, I mean, that's going to be very impressive, I think.
Then the circular cheek, I don't know, it didn't get very wide right here. This, I don't know what that is, but
oh yeah,
that section there, I don't know. Not as wide as some of the machine.
Mine's pretty narrow too, I think. Well, every bird is different, right? They're as unique as we are.
I guess I was talking to somebody in Michigan recently, and is there a big carving show in Saginaw going on this weekend?
Yeah, on Saturday it's the Tri-City show.
Oh yeah. I was telling Fred that, oh shoot, I gave away both my fives to both my flat ones. I forgot. I was telling Fred that this week has been super hectic, so I did not mind at all canceling Wednesday because I was pooped. I had asked for Friday. I had asked for Friday off, so that I could buy all the stuff Kitty needs. She goes back on Saturday, and was denied. So I had to do it after work on Monday and Tuesday because I thought I was busy on Wednesday and Thursday. So I was trying to get everything she needed, $700 worth of stuff. And that's not betting or any of that. We did all that our first year. This was just, I don't know what we bought a year's worth of supplies that she thought she was going to need. But we did it. So now tomorrow after work, I have to pack her up because she has to be at CMU by noon. So
tomorrow
on Saturday.
Oh,
so
Saturday.
tomorrow after work, since I didn't get the day off, we're going to be packing her up. Yeah, I see. I did the same thing you did there, Fred. I've got a pretty defined groove
channel there or whatever.
And I'll need to round that down to make it look a little more natural, I think. But first I'm going to round the whole head and then I will see. And I'm not even going to fight with this. We're going to wet it. Barry, what you going to work on? Fred and I know what we're doing. What you going to do?
And the feathers down below.
Are you burning or
lower part.
carving them?
Right now I'm carving. Trying to clean stuff up. It's pretty fuzzy and messy down there, so I'm really trying to work on it and clear it up.
What was your trick again about you had, or maybe it was you, Fred, I can't remember. Somebody said something just last week about a trick to clean up the fuzzies. Was it you, Barry?
No, you get a mandrel, which is basically like a bit, a Dremel bit, flat, and then it's got a screw at the end. And he was selling Scotch-Brite pads.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what grit it is, but you cut like a 1 by 1 inch square and put a hole exactly in the middle and screw it in. and then you put it in your Dremel and you run it at a lower speed, and it cleans up all the fuzzies and everything.
Because
and eventually that squareness rounds, and it ends up being a circle.
because Jerry was saying he was using, what wood was he using? It wasn't something we usually carve wood, but he said it's super fuzzy, but it's pretty grain. I forget, but he was using that, and he said I'm having so much trouble with the fuzz. He said somebody said something about that just last week, and I couldn't remember what it was. So it was the Scotch-Brite. Dad used to talk about this. In fact, he had bought a bunch. I found some Scotch-Brite in his stuff, but I don't think he was planning to use it on Dremel. He was just gonna.
Oh,
yeah. That was what he'd heard that too. Which
well,
it seems like
with
sandpaper
the
would work.
with the Scotch-Brite and the Dremel, you can get, in some of these grooves and things like that. But Fordham also makes like wheelie bristles, and they're a little bit more expensive. They're like
I have some of those that came with my
$12 or
grandma.
$15, and they come in a bunch of different grits. And the one the guy recommended was yellow color. I don't know what grit that is, but that's what he told me, so I bought that. And I haven't tried that yet, but same thing, you can hook it to your Dremel and run that and clean things up.
Okay.
But they're more expensive, and I don't know that they do any better of a job. They might get into the corners and things like that easier or better.
Guys, don't forget to hone your tool. I think last time we carved, I didn't do it once. All right, Ziggy, set timer.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah.
20 minutes. No, I'm no. I'm setting it so I remember to hone again, because I plan to carve for 20 minutes, and I will need to hone. I just wanted to remember to. Not ideal to use. Number 7 gouge, but that's what I'm using because I don't have any 5s or 3s.
You got them packed away somewhere or something?
No, I lent them to Russ, who's on Wednesday, and then we didn't meet this past Wednesday because he had to take a lot off. He's doing that relief on the wolves. And I said, here, use this 5 because you can take a lot off fast with that. He was doing a layer down. So I lent it to him and we didn't meet, so I didn't get it back. And I know I've got Dad's here somewhere, but I just.
Well, I was just going to remind you, Michelle, that you've got 2 or 3 of everything, so you don't have an excuse.
Barry, have you found me a new job yet? I have worked way too hard, man. My body is like, I was working out today. Tile aisle. Let me tell you, tile is no joke.
Yeah.
Those boxes are heavy. And the men left me there. I had to do
Really?
that whole aisle by myself. Yeah, I reckon they were tired too. I mean, they'd already done a lot of lifting.
Well, that's too bad Lowe's is treating you like that.
Yeah, they didn't treat me like that. It's just part of the job. I'm just getting, I don't know if I'm getting old or just tired, or maybe it was just this week I was tired because it kicked my butt. All I wanted to do was take a shower and go to bed. Poor boss was trying to do stuff and she just finished chemo. She can't do it. I said, step down, let me do that. So I was doing all the heavy stuff.
I was almost ready to wave the white flag on this Eagle blank, but rounding this and softening it is making it look better.
Let's
So
see. Let's see.
Hey,
Yeah.
good, good.
Oh yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
as pronounced.
Yeah,
So.
it's coming. It's coming. At least you rounded your head. I haven't rounded my head very well here. I guess I should switch to my knife. Time to hold the knife. Well, hello, 5. There you are. Why am I using a 7? I had a little 5 right here. No.
See, I told you had 2 or 3 of everything.
This is a little one. Oh, that's my tool. It's a little harder to use in the round.
You guys going to the Saginaw show?
I gotta take my daughter up to school. I will be busy. Won't be able to go.
I'm going up there. Yep.
You going, Fred?
No. I wouldn't mind.
Maybe next year.
We got quite a few shows coming up here in Wisconsin. Coming up in September here, so.
All right, let's try the knife.
Well, we're gonna go to Branson this September sometime, Barry, so I'd like to check out that carving store or whatever that you talked about.
It's right downtown. And it's part of the Peter Angler wood carving store. It's right behind it. And it's called Mountain Wood Carving.
I don't know if you need anything, Barry, but I talked to that carving glove guy. He's going to be there, and he's got a bunch of stuff in.
Really?
From Drake and stuff.
Okay, cool.
For FYI.
Barry's got a tool addiction.
I do.
So, just accidentally drop your piggy bank and.
Right. I don't know what happened to the money that was in it when I dropped it.
How's your renovation coming?
Oh, the renovation is done, and
we need pictures.
We're moving stuff in and trying to arrange it. Abby and I are starting to build a set of shelves, it for the corner between our work tables to hold stuff.
I have Dad had put on casters a very tall, narrow set of, it's really just a rack. It doesn't have the shelving part. It just is 4 squares that he was using to put various things on. And I really like it, but it's unfinished. It's not painted or anything. But if you would like it, if that would work, I like that it's tall and narrow, because it doesn't take up much floor space that way. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of most everything, so I won't need it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so I was planning to let you see it yesterday, but I'll bring it Wednesday if you think that might be useful. It's on wheels. It's really cool.
All right. Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
I think I can bring it. Can't remember if it fits in my car because it's pretty tall. It's like stands about.
It's got wheels. You can ride it over there.
Just that would look really funny, I'm sure.
I don't know. I see sometimes in that Facebook carving groups, people will say, what does your carving area look like, or whatever. And some people use those magnetic strips, and I don't know, they might be like 12 inches long or something, and you hook your tools right to the magnet area.
Yeah.
I think Harbor Freight carries those.
I know Home Depot does too. We got all kinds of magnetic hooks, and
the work tables that we have 2 skinny drawers in them. The tables are 4 feet long, so the drawers are 3.5 feet long, and they're the size of small tools you'd put in there. And I saw a picture, and I don't remember where, just recently, of someone who had that, where they put those magnetic strips in to keep the tools from shifting around when you're moving the drawer around. So I was thinking about doing that as well as on the wall.
My father-in-law used to be a carpenter by trade, and he wasn't a carver, but he was a woodworker, and he made the fancy cutting boards for Christmas gifts for his kids and stuff. And he made a real fancy carving desk and everything with all kinds of drawers in it, handmade and everything.
Wow.
And when he passed away, it was real heavy, and I think it might have been on wheels, but that would have been nice to have, but they ended up selling it to somebody.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised they didn't give it to you, or were you not a carver yet?
Well, I was a carver, but didn't really have a place for it, and it was heavy and probably hard to move. And real quality, but heavy, you know, and all that.
That's the problem with a lot of this stuff. Dad made bunches of boxes and like little carrying totes, but the box itself is so heavy that by the time you put stuff in it, forget it. You know, I can't carry that around because he didn't use thin wood. He used, you know, the normal 2-inch.
Right.
It's heavy. And no, they don't fit in the slots that are in this. I thought they would fit, you know. I said, well, that'd be one way to keep things.
Yeah.
And the guy that
Oh,
we
I just
host carving like last night on Wednesdays, he's a retired cabinet maker. And I'm kind of surprised that he didn't do the same thing, because he's always talking about cabinets he's made and everything.
yeah.
But he hasn't made himself a nice carving table, but he just uses those plastic tables that fold up and fold in half or whatever. And
Right.
that's what we get out. He stores them in his garage with folding chairs that we can use.
Okay.
But for himself, I was kind of surprised that he didn't do anything like that for himself.
Yeah.
Ziggy, cancel timer.
1 minute timer.
Ziggy, set timer. 8 minutes. This one's real. This one's real.
Oh, is that our first
Yeah,
ending
But-
period?
I've just about got my head rounded. Or, you know, first pass. I always think I've got it rounded, and then I realize I need to do more.
I don't know. It seems like your daughter should have had everything. I mean, you do need the books for the courses that you need and whatever, I guess. I don't know.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about
But I mean, like
toilet
microwave.
paper and yeah, I didn't buy any of the big stuff. It was toilet paper, you know, paper supplies, pens, paper,
Oh, yeah.
clothes.
Well, it all adds up, so, you know,
Did.
it doesn't take it
Really
long.
did.
So Barry, out of curiosity, you have this wood carving tool affliction like quite a few of us.
Yeah.
Since your wife's a carver, do you end up buying 2 of everything then, or?
A lot of times, yes.
Well, she's
Yep.
she's more of a micro tool kind of gal. She really
She
likes
is.
to do the delicate. She's found a way to bring life to her paintings, basically.
She has a Helvy knife. Just lucked out finding it at a show a few years back. And she didn't even know what she was getting when she bought it. She just knows that she loves it.
A Helvy? I've never even heard of
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
That's one of the most sought after knives in the country. There's a
It's like
waiting
the-
list.
It's like a Cadillac or something.
It is. There's a waiting
Wow.
list so
I mean, I've
long.
heard of the Swiss. Aren't the Swiss knives seem to be? That's what I thought was the desired one. But Helvy,
People
Well,
is that
They're
American?
gouges and
Oh,
I mean, Swiss is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They're in Indiana or something. Yeah, they're made in the US.
I'm surprised Dad didn't, he always talked about I don't remember now, the one we always talk about.
what's that?
The regular, oh, I can't remember the name of, not
OCC?
OCT, no, the other one. The standard one that people always talk about, the
No,
that
flex cut?
dock,
Dockyard.
Dockyard. Oh, the mini
yeah.
tools, yeah. Dockyard, yeah.
Oh, well, those are mini tools. What was it? Yeah, and Flex Cut. Those were the two big ones he always
Yep.
sought after. I didn't know there was a better one. And then when I said, how about, try these Japanese, because Japanese have a pretty good long history of wood carving.
They
And he's
do.
like, buy American. So we never tried them.
Well, and that's why the Helvey is, is a good knife. Well, that's not why it's a good knife, but it's highly sought after. It's American made. But there's a waiting list so long that he can't keep up with it.
Good problem to
Well,
have.
I guess his wife has cancer or something, so
Oh, wow.
Really? Oh, that's not good.
he's only doing he's only trying to finish orders that have been there quite a while, is what I understand.
Not
Okay.
taking any new
Right.
orders.
I don't believe so.
Let's see. Do the test. Hold it between the hands. Oh, I got more off the left side than I thought I did. But I'm still looking a little lopsided there, methinks. And still pretty flat on top. All right. Just like I said, I think you did it, but you didn't. On top, that means I gotta take down some of the sides. So I can round to it. I don't know why it took me forever to understand that rounding meant I had to take down the sides. So I had something to round up to. but it did. Ziggy, stop. Gentlemen, that is our cue to take a break. Probably just in the nick of time before I took too much off.
Hear that? Yep.
So let's see what our time looks like. Yeah. Good to take a break. It is all right. If you will meet me at 5 to your hour, I will be here.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
Sounds
Bye,
good.
guys.
Bye.
bye.
And take a break.